Peace, family. I guess you're having a bad day in court when two of your lawyers decide they want to become witnesses against the person they represent. Watch this.
The dynamic of the 2020 election interference case in Fulton County, Georgia is changing. It's all thanks to two guilty pleas from two allies of former President Donald Trump. In a surprise move, Sidney Powell and Kenneth Chesbro took plea agreements, both of them admitting to conspiracy charges. Former Trump lawyer Sidney Powell pleaded guilty to 6 misdemeanor counts of conspiracy to commit election interference. She was initially charged with 6 felonies. Powell will now be on probation for 6 years, pay a fine of $6,000, and reimburse the state of Georgia for election equipment in Coffee County. And the lawyer alleged to be the mastermind behind the fake elector scheme, Kenneth Chesbro, well, he pleaded guilty to 1 count of felony conspiracy to file false documents. He will receive 5 years probation, 100 hours of community service, and a $5,000 fine. Chesbro also apologized to the state of Georgia. The most important thing these two can offer, though, is their testimony. Powell and Chesbro agreed to speak truthfully in cases against the remaining defendants, and that includes former President Donald Trump, their former client. So I do think it's safe to say that Fulton County District Attorney Bonnie Willis, she knew exactly what she was doing when she indicted 19 people, because now she has a few extra witnesses.
You know, I'm not even going to say anything about how they switching all these felonies to misdemeanors and the low fines that these people are paying, the probation, even the felony that the other guy pled guilty to, that's probation. And as far as I always knew, any felony was automatic jail time. But I'm not even going to mention all that. But what I am going to talk about is how Donald Trump, his own lawyers, is now turning against him. And I see these Negroes out here touting this guy's integrity. And now we see he's being charged with conspiracy. And in order to have a conspiracy, you have to be in like a network. And Donald Trump is in that network. They're going to pull him down. But you know what? Don't take my definition of it. Let the lawyers do it. Watch this.
Kenneth Chesbro, they already recorded what's being called a proffer video. What exactly is a proffer video, and why is it important in this case?
Well, that would be they gave what basically they would testify to the prosecutors. They would have been. I haven't seen the video, but I did many proffers when I was a prosecutor. You from A to Z. You ask them what they know. You also determine whether or not they're being truthful, and you would know that by the evidence that you have. You ask them to confirm evidence. So this is not a typical cooperating agreement, like as cooperators, but they basically would not have been allowed to plead guilty if they did not agree to testify. And let me just clear up one thing. Mr. Chesbro's attorney on this network and another network today said his client's plea did not implicate anyone. Well, Conspiracy 101, you can't commit a conspiracy alone. It requires 2 more people. So when he pled guilty to conspiracy, his plea necessarily implicated his named co-conspirators, John Eastman, Donald Trump, and Rudy Giuliani.
So, Anna, let's talk about that, because
I love you, Simone, but I don't need to talk about that. The fact of the matter is, what is it going to take for these people to realize that Donald Trump is a crook? And everything he say to you say is lies, manipulation. But if this guy does not serve some serious jail time, I mean, I wouldn't even, well, first of all, he's not going to serve no serious jail time. I want to see a few years at least. You know, this is and this is the beacon of democracy, the United States, and this is the guy that they got running for president of the United States. This is absolutely it's so sad you almost have to laugh to keep from crying.